What is going on, everyone? Thank you for checking out another SGN video where it's all sim all the time, and I am finally ready to bring you guys my best rotation setup video for 2K22. It's a highly requested video, and I wanted to knock out gameplay sliders first for you guys so you could enjoy your gameplay. Then we got the MyNBA sliders knocked out, and now we got the rotations. This should get you guys everything you need to have a great MyNBA gameplay full-on experience with this rotation setup. And I'm really excited for this year because 2K added some extra things for the rotations that I think is amazing, and we're going to go over all of that. But real quick, if you are new to the channel, man, please subscribe. It really helps me out. I do appreciate it. I'm creeping up on 5,000 subscribers, which I never thought would ever happen. So if you guys can help me out, subscribe to the channel, appreciate it. Also, totally unrelated to the video, if you guys don't follow me on Twitter or aren't in the Discord, I strongly suggest that you guys join or do one of the two, because I did release a stealth update for the gameplay sliders this morning, and most likely if you guys are here grabbing this video, you use my gameplay sliders as well. And I'm not going to make a new video when I'm only adjusting 2 or 3 things, right? There's no point in that. So I do post the changes in the Discord. I posted them on Twitter. So make sure, if you guys don't already follow me on Twitter or aren't in the Discord, make sure you do at least one of those so you can stay up to date whenever I do those stealth updates versus a full-on new video for substantial changes, all right? So make sure, if you are using my gameplay sliders, you do grab those updates. Now, getting back to the video. This is for MyNBA. This is going to get you the best rotations, and I'm going to go through everything for you guys. We're going to cover a 9-man rotation. We're going to cover a 10-man rotation. We're going to cover your coaching settings. We're going to cover your specific conditional coaching settings for your rotations. So let's hop right in and get this thing going. All right, guys, so one of the first things you're going to want to do when you set up the rotation is you need to change your coaching settings. It's highly important to getting rotations to work properly, and this is just going to be under coaching settings. You're going to want to have 4 things set up. You're going to want to have timeout set to auto. You're going to want to have rotation method set to, or substitution method set to rotation, player minutes on auto, and substitution on auto. This lets what you set up be ran for you directly from the CPU. Highly important you have this set up this way, so make sure you get this set up, and then you're going to go over and you're going to set up your rotation screen. Now, what I'm going to do for you guys is show you, I'm using the Cleveland Cavaliers for my MyNBA, and I'm starting this brand new. So you're going to see how they have their team rotation set up, and I'm going to go ahead and switch this over to a 10-man. So you can see it's all jumbled up here. I'm going to show you how it looks when I'm finished with a 10-man rotation, and I will go over that for you. Alright, so when you're doing a 10-man rotation, you want to get a couple things knocked out. The first thing is you want to set your starting 5. Figure out who that is. And you're going to want to pick 2 of those starters to have 35 minutes. Then you're going to pick 2 to have 25 minutes and 1 player to have 30. Keep in mind who you pick then for when you're giving your minutes away to your bench. So this is kind of how you want it to look. For your bench, I highly recommend your 6-man get 30, your 7th and 8th get 20 each, and 9th and 10th get 10 each. That's a perfect 10-man rotation, and just set it up based on positions. It's really easy to do, guys. So for a 9-man rotation, we're going to make a change to the starting 5. Instead of having 2 players get 25 minutes, we're going to have 2 players get 30 and 1 get 25. And then we're going to make some changes to our 6, 7, 8, and 9. So you're going to have your starting 5 be 235, 231, 25. You're still going to have your 6-man get 30 and your 7th get 20. But you're going to also go ahead and give your 8th man 20 and your 9th 15. This is a great 9-man rotation setup for you guys. Really easy to do, really easy to tweak. Again, for your bench, make sure you just match up your positions with your starters and your bench players so that it makes sense. Next, we're going to head over to our coaching profile settings. Now, these are not rotational settings, but I do strongly suggest having your run place frequency pretty high, as well as your zone frequency up a decent amount, as the NBA is using more zone frequency. However, this is not related to rotations at all. What is related is your bench depth, and this is pretty simple. However deep you are, set that, right? If you're going 9, go 9. If you're going 10, go 10. Bench utilization, we want to get those guys in and playing. Set that to 100. Very easy. Next, we're going to go over the lineup's performance factor. This is important as well. Set this to 100. If a guy's playing extremely well, he deserves more minutes. Young and old, we're leaving at 50-50, and then system proficiency doesn't matter. Put it to 0 so that doesn't mess with how much playing time they actually get. New to NBA 2K22 this year is Conditional Coaching, which is an awesome tool we can use to set up substitutions for certain scenarios, which is fantastic. So let's go ahead and set up a couple scenarios. The first one we're going to do is garbage time, which is how much points you're down in the fourth quarter where you're going to have your subs substituted out for your bench players. I'm personally going to use 16 points. You can do whatever you want to do here. Once you set this, it's literally going to be at any time in the fourth quarter. If you're down by 16 or more, your bench players go in the game. You just need to title it. I'm going to call it blowout, and we're going to move on. Perfect. Next one we're going to do is starters close, and this is going to be any time within the fourth quarter with a certain amount of time left. You're going to have your starters set to substitute into the game. So I'm personally going to go with 4 minutes left in the game. I'm going to have my starters get put in if it's within a certain amount of points. So first we're going to go ahead and title this. I'm just going to call it close game. You can go ahead and call it whatever you want to do. But for this, once you're done, you're going to want to go in and edit it. So I went ahead and edited that anytime within the fourth quarter, if we are within 8 minutes, you're going to just add a condition. So I went that if we're within 8 points or less with 4 minutes to go, I'm going to have all my starters in the game. So really cool tool you can do. Basically, I'm going to show you how it should look as far as the conditions are all set up here. This is me trying to figure it out. But this is how it should look. Remaining time 4 minutes or less, and the score difference is 8 points or less. Starters are all in the game. Super cool tool to use. Definitely recommend it. Next is foul trouble, which is amazing. I recommend not doing this until you have all your trades done, so then you go ahead and do it for your player. So I'm going to go ahead and select Jared Allen. And for the name, I'm literally just going to call it Jared Allen Fouls. It's just the simplest thing to do. But then what we can do, we're going to want to edit this because the 2K default conditions for this are a little wonky. So just go ahead and we're going to hit edit the command, and you can see here that it sets to not have Jared Allen substitute out until he has 3 fouls in the first quarter. We're going to change that to 2. Next, you can see that it's 4 fouls in the second quarter. We're going to change that to 3, and you can scroll over to page 2. Up top there, you can see the R2 button, and we're going to change it to 4 fouls in the third quarter. That's literally all we have to do for this to get players to substitute out in a realistic fashion with fouls. And you do that for all 9 players or 10 players, however many players you have in your lineup. I recommend doing that for all of them to get realistic foul substitutions when they get in foul trouble. But that is it, guys. That is the best rotation setup for 2K22. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, guys, stay tuned to the next video. Peace.